Hello everyone, we're still in April 2026 and I can't believe I missed some really great games. So in today's video, I'll be sharing more new roguelike and roguelite games that you should definitely be playing this month. Well, let's get into the list. If you're a fan of Call of Duty Zombies, then this one might catch your attention. Blood Reaver is a mix of a boomer shooter, roguelike progression, and a fast-paced, round-based survival game. You're thrown into chaotic arenas where your main goal is to survive. But instead of zombies, you're fighting demons straight out of hell. The gameplay is intense. Waves of enemies keep coming at you, and the longer you survive, the harder it gets. And yeah, things escalate fast. The game also lets you team up with up to 4 players, so you don't have to face the madness alone. You and your squad can build your own loadouts, pick your weapons, and figure out strategies to survive longer. If you've ever wondered what happens when you mix volleyball, dodgeball, and roguelike strategy, this game is exactly that. Smash It Wild is a turn-based tactical game set in a fantasy world where animal champions battle it out in a brutal tournament. The gameplay is pretty unique. It combines volleyball and dodgeball, but instead of fast reflexes, it's all about strategy. You take turns, plan your moves, aim your shots, and try to outplay your opponent. You control a team of animals, and each one has their own abilities and playstyle. Some are aggressive, some are defensive, and finding the right combo between them is key to winning the game. All in all, the game is unique and super fun. If you think turn-based roguelites are all the same, this one might surprise you. Numeral Strike takes a completely different approach to turn-based combat, and it's all built around numbers. Every battle happens on a grid filled with numbers, and your job is to find pairs. You can match the same numbers or combine ones that add up to 10. Sounds simple, right? But here's the twist. Every pair you make turns into an action. You can attack, heal, defend, or trigger special effects depending on what you match. So instead of just picking moves, you're constantly scanning the board, thinking ahead, and planning your next step. It's like a mix of puzzle and strategy all in one. Imagine a world where your life is just entertainment. That's the idea behind this roguelike shooter, LUCKROT. In this world, you're a live streamer, but not the kind you're thinking of. You're thrown into a deadly arena, forced to fight waves of twisted, mutated enemies. Every room you clear pushes you closer to death, and closer to a bigger audience, because yeah, people are watching, and they love it. The more you survive, the more viewers show up. They're not there to support you, they're there to see how far you can go before you die. Being spammed with low IQ every 5 seconds? Yeah, that's pretty much peak stream chat realism. Titanium Court starts with a simple idea. You're just a normal human who somehow wanders into a fairy kingdom. And then out of nowhere, they declare you the queen. No explanation, no choice, you're just stuck there. So now, your goal is to figure out how to get back home while somehow leading this chaotic Fey court through war. At first glance, the gameplay looks like a normal match 3 puzzle game, but there's a big twist. You are actually on the board. Your character is a tile, and how you match pieces doesn't just score points, it directly affects the battle. It changes how enemies move, where your units go, and what resources you get. So every move matters way more than you expect. In Beastfall, every fight is a boss fight. It's a boss rush roguelite where, from the very start, you're thrown into one intense boss battle after another. No easy enemies, no time to relax, it's just you and a boss trying to take you down. The combat is all about skill. You need to read attack patterns, time your dodges perfectly, and position yourself carefully. One mistake, that could be the end of your run. What keeps things interesting is the variety of bosses. Each one fights differently. Some are fast and aggressive, others are slower but hit harder, so you're always adjusting your strategy. You can't just rely on one playstyle, you have to adapt. If you're into roguelike dungeon crawlers with magic, Runehaven might catch your interest. At first glance, it looks like a simple dungeon crawler. You explore a mysterious, randomly generated world, fight monsters, and try to survive. But the real highlight here is the magic system. Instead of using preset spells, you actually create your own spells. You collect runes, and each rune changes how your spell works. Combine a fire rune with a projectile, and you've got a fire missile. Mix different runes together, and you can create some really crazy combinations. And yeah, some of them can get so powerful they might even lag your game. That's where the fun is, experimenting and finding broken builds. Running a small antique shop doesn't sound too stressful until you realize everything around you is slowly trying to ruin your life. That's basically the vibe of Fortune Seller. In this game, you inherit this tiny, dusty shop along with a massive debt, and your landlord is not messing around. Your main job is selling antiques, but it's not as simple as just clicking sell. Every customer has their own taste, and if you match them with exactly what they're looking for, you get a huge payout. But if you mess it up, you barely earn anything, and that can cost you your run. At the same time, you're juggling your inventory like a puzzle. Space is limited, so you have to carefully arrange everything, almost like Tetris.
What are you supposed to do?
So we talked to this guy.
Night shippers take something super normal, food delivery, and turns it into pure chaos and horror. In this game, you're just a night shift driver, delivering food on dark, empty streets. Your goal is simple: finish your deliveries before the night ends. But everything keeps getting in your way. Weird events, creepy stuff, and straight-up supernatural chaos can hit you at any time. That's what makes the game fun. It's unpredictable. And honestly, this game shines the most when you play with friends. You and your friends have to communicate, plan routes, and help each other survive. People panic, plans fail, and suddenly it turns into complete chaos. And those moments, that's where the game is at its best.
What the fuck? Oh my god! Are you dead?
Imagine backpack battles, but instead of anime vibes, it's full-on Chinese martial arts fantasy. That's basically what Backpack Jianghu is. At its core, the game is all about inventory management. Your backpack isn't just storage, it's your entire strategy. You collect weapons, skills, and items, then arrange them inside your bag to create powerful combos. And once combat starts, you don't control anything. It plays out automatically. The wuxia theme also really ties everything together. Skills and abilities feel like actual martial arts techniques instead of random power-ups, which gives the game a strong identity. If you like deck builders, puzzle games, and roguelikes, this one mixes all three into something pretty unique. Neon Village is a game where you build your own glowing, futuristic village, but not in the way you'd expect. Instead of just placing buildings, everything revolves around a match 3 puzzle system. You will collect different residents to build your deck. These can be workers, animals, or even machines. Each one has its own effect, and when you combine them the right way on the board, you can trigger some really powerful combos. That's where the fun kicks in. Astro is a cute-em-up roguelike, basically a bullet hell where everything looks adorable but plays absolutely brutal. You play as Astro, a space cat just trying to get back home. What starts as a normal trip quickly turns into a full-on survival nightmare. You're flying through Earth's orbit, diving deeper and deeper into strange, twisted environments filled with enemies that honestly make no sense. And somehow, it just gets crazier the further you go. The gameplay is classic bullet hell. You dodge, weave, and survive while the screen fills with lasers, explosions, and enemies coming from everywhere. Nothing here makes sense, and that's exactly the point.
Your house feels unfamiliar. You may be stuck in a loop.
If you're into creepy, slow burn horror, this one might seriously get under your skin. Captured 2 is an anomaly horror game with a survival twist, and it's all about escaping a place that just doesn't make sense. You play as Emily, a teenage girl who suddenly goes missing and wakes up trapped inside an endless hallway in her own apartment. But something's very wrong. The hallway keeps looping, her memory is fading, and strange things, anomalies start appearing around her. And here's the core idea of the game. To escape, you don't just run, you observe. You use your camera to capture these anomalies. Every time you do, you start to uncover pieces of Emily's forgotten past. It's like solving a mystery while being stuck in a nightmare.
I wonder if I'm...
I hate it when this happens.
Lucky Tower Ultimate is one of those games that will absolutely mess with you. It's chaotic, it's unfair, and yeah, you're going to die a lot. But somehow, it's also hilarious and weirdly addictive. You play as Von Wanst, a super narcissistic knight who suddenly gets teleported into this bizarre tower with no armor, no weapons, and no idea what's going on. And your goal? Simple. Escape the tower. Easy, right? Yeah, not even close. This tower is full of traps, monsters, and pure nonsense. You'll think you're doing great, fully geared up, ready to win, and then you slip on a banana peel and die. That's the kind of game this is. Every time you die, you get sent back to the top and the tower resets. It's randomly generated, so every run feels different. New rooms, new traps, and new ways to fail.
Monkey in your head to help choose the right path.
Whoa!
Each step is a fresh chance to fail.
Ubisoft deliver another amazing roguelike after the Rogue Prince of Persia, and the game is called Morbid Metal. The game's combat looks fast-paced and flashy, and then there's shapeshifting. As you play, you unlock the ability to switch forms mid-combat. Each form has its own moveset and skills, and the best part, you can swap instantly. On top of that, the game actually pushes you to play stylish too. There's a style rank system that goes up as you fight, and it climbs even faster if you mix up your attacks and use shapeshifting. The higher your rank, the more rewards you get. And honestly, watching that rank go up mid-fight is super satisfying. That's all for today's list. Subscribe and like for more exciting new roguelike and roguelite games. That's it, and see you next time.